Hey guys, today we're going to start on Matthew 6 verses 1 through 2. So I have a little trick for us, and it's about practicing your righteousness. So I was like, what would go along with practicing? And it came to me like baseball practice or softball practice. We can all relate to going to the fields for practice. So you're driving into the field for softball or baseball, whatever, to practice. And there's a huge sign and it says, beware. And then tiny at the bottom it says, of the coaches. And you're like, oh, this is, wow, should we actually be going here? So beware of the coaches. So you go and you park and you're headed to practice. Okay, so beware of practicing. And then you're on the team and you get up to bat at practice, and in order to hit the ball you have to do everything right. You have to swing at the right time, you have to stand right, you have to swing the right way, you have to stay in the batter's box, so stand in the right place. Everything has to be right in order for you to connect with the ball. So beware of practicing your righteousness. So the batter's box is supposed to remind you of righteousness. All right, you hit the ball and where do you go? You head to first base. Before you hit the ball, beware of practicing your righteousness. And then you look in the stands and it's full of people before other people, and you look closely and they all have on glasses. Some of them are silly glasses with noses, just all different kinds of glasses. Some of them are those glasses and their eyeballs are like huge. So before other people, in order to be seen by them. So the glasses is supposed to remind you in order to be seen by them. Then you head to first base. And on the way to first base, it's your father. So think of your father standing there at first base, and he's holding up like a reward poster, like a Old West, reward poster, but then it's like got the circle and the thing like no. All right, so beware practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them. For then you will have no reward. So he's holding up the poster of the reward, but it has the big no thing on it. No reward from your Father who is in heaven. I don't really have a trick for who is in heaven. I just remember that, but you could think of some angels or something. All right, so your Father's telling you to keep on going because you've hit it so far. So you're going to head to second base, and there's a person standing on second base, and their name is Gus, okay? And that is to remind you of the word thus. Thus, when you give to the needy. And so Gus is on second base with the Salvation Army things with the bell. And so he's ringing the bell. So Gus, see his name tag, is standing there taking up money for the needy. So thus, when you give to the needy, all right, so you get to second base, now you round the base and you're headed to third. And in between second and third, you hear a loud trumpet and you're like, is Jesus coming back? Is this the rapture? And you look up and nothing else happens, so you're just like, well, that was weird. But you keep running because it's not the rapture. And so you just keep going. Sound no trumpet is the word. So thus, when you give to the needy, sound no trumpet. And then on third base is a hippopotamus. Okay, a hippo. If you watch NCIS, I'm thinking of Abby's Little Hippo from that TV show. But if you don't watch that show, a big hippo, whatever, is on third base. Sound no trumpet as the hypocrites. So hippo is supposed to jar in your memory, hypocrites, as the hypocrites do. So you round third, now you're headed back to home, and at home base is a synagogue, like on home base. You're sliding into home and it's a tiny little synagogue, whatever visual comes to your mind, for the synagogue, as they do in the synagogues. And then you head to the dugout, and inside the dugout there's like a whole city, like an underground city down there, kind of like the secret city under Disney, okay? And you're like, wow, I never knew this existed. And you start walking down the street, and there's a parade. And so as they do in the synagogues and in the streets, that they may be praised by others. And in the parade is your praise team from church. So you look over and there's your praise team from church. So praised by others. And then there's a guy named Rudy, and he, with a really deep, radio voice, says, truly I say to you, they have received their reward. Okay? That's the whole 2 verses. They're kind of long this time. They're not that hard, but we just got to get each of the pieces. And Rudy is to remind you of the word truly. Truly I say to you, they have received their reward. So the whole verse, 2 verses goes, beware of practicing your righteousness before other people in order to be seen by them. For they have no reward from their Father who is in heaven. You head to second base. Thus, when you give to the needy, sound no trumpet, as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and the streets, in order to be praised by others. Truly, I say to you, they have received their reward. Great job. Keep up the good work.